So we open with Kenya winning her eviction case against Kanye. You can't even get along with your landlord. Over with Portia, we're still bashing Sissy Stewart and his little $5,000 a month for spousal support. I'm surprised you were able to get that out of him. However, across town, Nene goes to lunch with Kenya. Kenya whining she needs real friends, but you're so mean to everyone consistently. I'm sorry, when you didn't order that crab, I can't mess with you no more. Kenya's still whining, well, you invited Walter to your wedding, so I didn't know if you were my friend or not. Nene said, well, it really wasn't that big of a deal. Like your relationship, not that big of a deal. So Nene gonna try to get everybody on one accord so we can move forward in healing. Cynthia's struggling with her fibroids, but the real tumor is Peter Thomas. But then she stops by Candy. However, after talking with her tumor, Peter, she heads over to Candy's house. Oh, but Portia and Phaedra drop by. And this is the first time Portia does her short wiglet. Now, Phaedra wants to say small head, little brains, but does a bad liar have a big brain? Because you can't tell a lie to save your life. However, this is when Kenya's really getting the heat for supposedly trying to get with Apollo, and he was the one that lied. But did Phaedra know that was a lie? Did she set it up? Could be. So after a nothing scene where we see the crack in Phaedra's and Apollo's marriage, we head over to sushi. So Kenya has to defend herself against these Apollo text messages. So, of course, Portia gonna pipe up and say, well, if you saw a text message, you should tell Phaedra, because that's her husband. Kenya gonna say something slick under her breath, and Portia gonna scream, I don't have time for this. I am going through a divorce. I have to be home getting my coins together instead of dealing with someone with an inauthentic heart. Oh, and then we gotta bring up Kenya's AIDS allegation, and you said get an HIV test. Also, that's a disease. That's nothing to make fun of somebody about. Who cares? That's like, ooh, you've got cancer. Like, really? So we got Kenya to apologize and say, I don't want Apollo, but the group is still fractured and Phaedra's still pissed. After that, we got Portia getting put out even faster by Cordell. He having a moving company drop her stuff off tomorrow so his new boyfriend can move in. You know what? Did Portia leak the booty toot video? Because she talking about Karma's going to get him. Did she leak the video? Because we know she was pegging him. Oh, but now he got Candy and Mama Joyce. Because she's not sold on Candy's groom yet. She hears in the streets he's cheating. He ain't giving you a dime. He's sleeping, eating on you. I don't want you to choke on a chicken bone and he tell me I gotta get out. Put that in your little paper too. Mama Joy's really counting Candy's coin. Todd should have went out and bought a real ring. She really do rip this man to shreds. Well, that was the shit. Let's get to the next episode. So we open the episode and Candy's at her candy-coated factory. And fun fact, Carlos King used to work out of there, and this is around the time when he was trying to steal her life story from Mama Joyce. See, that's the man you should have been watching out for. Carlos. Candy talks to Donna Juana about her mom not approving of the marriage. And he's like, well, I'm kind of concerned about my check too, because, you get married, people get fired. She's like, he's not going to affect your check. Well, I'm concerned. Candy realizes you just a meal ticket to these people. Over at Casa del Nene, Nene gets a disappointing call about the scheduling of Glee, and it's going to be fewer episodes since Corey Monteith passed. I just still find it odd that Ryan Murphy never worked with you again after that. Portia gets her box of stuff from Cordell, and her wedding dress is all stretched out of shape and the corset's taken apart. 'Cause he put it on! Kenya thinks she's getting put out because the landlord wanted to be her friend and get on the show, and Kenya wasn't having it. Over at Phaedra's, Apollo whining about doing some damn photo shoot, like stealing VIN numbers has a damn schedule. Shut up. Candy asked Riley about the wedding, and she's like, I don't care. The only one that really liked Todd was you. So Candy goes to check on Portia. This was quite a filler episode. Oh, God. Over with Kenya, she finds Kanye's wedding dress and puts it on. You are nutty boo. But now the lady that owns the house done called the po-po on her because she ain't out on time. Maybe you shouldn't have been playing around in her wedding dress. So we open the episode with Kenya getting her workout in. They doing that aerial thing with the ropes that look like sheets. Oh, and Candy gonna do a workout with her. However, Candy wants to know what really went on with her and Apollo and the timeline of the text messages in case she gotta watch you about her man. So she goes over the text and they harmless, but they could turn flirty at any moment. And Candy's like, you don't think this is weird? No, because Kenya lonely. Candy also tell Kenya, you know, when you argue with people, you want to overtalk everybody but want to be heard. Try listening, heifer. Over with Portia, she going to Dr. Sherry, but her problems remain the same. Dr. Sherry giving it to Portia, though. She said, did you have a husband or a pappy? A pansy pappy. After that, Phaedra and Candy go to lunch and talk about Kenya's whorish ways. So now all the heifers go out to lunch. Well, everybody but Kenya. So Portia opens up about her sorry union with her sissy, and all the girls support her, and I see why Kenya wasn't here, because she would have ruined it. Oh, but now Nene stops by Kenya's hotel, and we see the white refrigerator. Woo! Woo, child! The ghetto! The ghetto! Oh, and then Kenya was dating some African guy that we never met. Apollo and Phaedra have a dinner where she tell him, don't text my friends. And he gonna say, well, you shouldn't have brought him around. So he gets to talk about what happened in LA, and his story seems hokey, and Phaedra's very upset. But one minute you saying he didn't want her, now it looks like he might have slept with her, even though he said this was all a lie 3 seasons later. But you never cared about him anyway, because you was already planning on sending him back to prison. That's why I got sent. Now we know. Well, let's get to the next episode. So the next day, Phaedra ain't speaking to Apollo. So Apollo goes to Penelope Thomas for marital advice, and he says, oh, well, you shouldn't have said I could have slept with Kenya if I wanted to. Phaedra don't want to hear that. She wants to hear I only have eyes for you, and Dick too. But over with Candy and Karma. All talk turns to Mama Joyce and Todd the toddler. Carmen tell Candy, you gotta check that mama, because otherwise she gonna try to ruin your marriage. And she did. Over with Kenya, she done moved into her new house. Nene and Cynthia do some grocery shopping and talk about Noelle having a boyfriend at 13. Nene thinks it's a bad idea. Cynthia's like, I'd rather her tell me she gonna do what she want anyway. I mean, she ain't sleeping with him, but she's still gonna like him. Todd gets home and Candy's got a nice chef-prepared meal for him, and then she tell him about all the smack Mama Joyce been talking about him in that ring. Lord, so they call Mama Joyce and she already got an attitude. Portia's enjoying being a brat at home. Her sister said you need to move out. But now we gonna have the ponderosa twixt Mama Joyce and Todd. So Mama Joyce brings up you and Karma. They said ain't no way in hell they let their wife be around a man like Candy let you be around Karma. And she's still whining you ain't got enough pictures of me up. Mama Joyce said you gonna have to prove you love Candy to me, cause ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me off your ass, baby. We bonded! Oh my God. I forgot what good TV Heifer Joyce was. Todd says, well, you know I want to marry Candy and we need you to get on board. She said, I'm a work in progress. You're a hateful coot in a shake and go wig. All right, well, that was the shit.